Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Chestnut Channel. Thanks so much for being here with me again. I'm joined today by my good friend Dan Durrant in Colorado in the U.S. Dan's originally a native of Ohio. We've known each other through the years now online. We've never met in person, but Dan is involved in the Clan Mackintosh of North America, which I was involved in for many years. Not anymore, but Dan is still there. He's the vice president now. Dan and I have been talking back and forth. So welcome, Dan. I'm glad you're here with us for Macintosh Month.
Thank you for having me, Ray.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know you, so you're involved in a lot of the, what, Estes, is it Estes Park and Longs Peak and a few of the other festivals in the mountain region.
Yes, sir. Yep.
It's already begun, has it, for the year, I'm sure?
Oh, yes. Yep. We have I think our third game of the year is Elizabeth Celtic Festival, and that's next weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yep. And I know that you've been also representing the Clan Chattan Association at your tent for probably a lot of years now, or 4 or 5 years perhaps.
That's
I
correct. Yep.
want to thank you for that, taking that dual role on. I'm trying to foster that as much as I can, and Dan was one of the early ones to jump on the wagon of that, and I really appreciate that, Dan, very much.
It's my pleasure.
Yep, and I'm sure people seeing you do that hopefully will be an impetus for them to join as well. We're trying to get some of the other clans to start, a little corner in their tents and that kind of a thing. The other, the 12 clans of Hatton, right? And you're also a musician. You're a percussionist, Dan.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yep.
Have you ever played with a pipe band and such?
No, no, I've never done anything like that. Um, just don't have the time really. But
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And were you involved in some of the games and attending them when you growing up in Ohio?
um, not really, no. I found my heritage actually early on with my father, kind of going through genealogy records and stuff, and didn't really click until later on when I met my wife, and her late father actually got me really into genealogy and
Ah,
uh, took me to my first Scottish Highland Games, which was Estes Park. I
okay.
think that was back in 2015, so almost 10 years ago.
Hmm.
Uh, just kind of started diving into it after that.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember you uh, talking to me back and forth about, I don't know, might have been flashes or kilts, so I'm not even sure exactly, but I remember now that you say that, you're kind of just getting your start in what to do and what to maybe look like and what to expect, and kind of a neat thing to think back in those years. It's 10 years,
Yeah.
almost 10
Yeah.
years, Dan. Wow. Yeah. And you've been over to Scotland a couple of times recently, and um, that must be such a nice culmination of everything you've been learning about and meeting people at the festivals. I know a lot of them so much talk about their trip they just had or the many trips they've taken, and taking your own must have been quite a wonderful step to take for you and Ashley.
Oh, absolutely. It's no feeling like it. Just going to a place and feeling absolutely at home. The people are wonderful. Everybody we've talked to and met, just abundance of welcoming and hospitality. It's definitely an experience. If anybody hasn't been over there, I highly recommend it.
Hmm. So this month, because we're Macintosh month on the Touchdown channel, I've been leafing through my Mists of Moy newsletters, Dan. This is the Clan Mackintosh North America publication, my friends. These are probably actually pretty old. These are like '04, '09, 2012, back in that region. Um, yeah, the kind of farming out some subjects and topics from my channel, Dan. So I think that's kind of neat. There's so much, it's a storehouse of information. It really is.
Oh yeah.
Proud to know that I was involved in a lot of that too. Um, So Mr. Moy, of course, this is Moy Hall and Loch Moy at the Mackintosh seat they're referring to, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yep. One of the topics I just looked at, in fact, was the where the story of the cannons that are there,
Oh yeah. Yep.
originating in Canada here, or the Great Lakes at least. Um, so would you like to talk to us a little bit about the CMNA, the Clan Mackintosh North America, and what they do and what they like to do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
So Clan Mackintosh of North America formed in 1973. So we just had our 50-year anniversary in 2023.
Wow.
Um, so it was kind of a big milestone.
Mm,
The organization started, there was two different main Macintosh organizations in the United States. And they decided to come together as one. And John's father, Lachlan, 30th chief of the clan, came over and actually made it official, signing documents. And so currently, Clan Mackintosh of North America is the only Macintosh organization in the world that is actually sanctioned by the chief himself. So sitting council, we currently have Mike and Allen, which is our president. She's done great work. Ever since she's kind of taken the helm, she's done a lot of good stuff. Like you mentioned before, I am the current VP. We have Lacey McIntosh, which is our secretary. Sean Hooper is our treasurer.
sure.
Sean Douglas McIntosh is our counselor. He's all the way up in Alaska. Sophia Zimmerman is a counselor. Greg Tosh, counselor. Bridget McIntosh is counselor, and Alicia James is also a counselor. Um, we do have our 2025 annual general meeting in Pleasanton, California this year. It's held August 30th through the 31st, if anybody would like to join.
Okay.
We'd love to have any and all out. It's always good to see familiar faces as well as meet new ones.
Right. I'm hoping you can get some people back in New England for your organization. Again, we get a lot of questions about it. So
We're trying.
that'll happen, Dan.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying.
Good. I know, yes, sir. I know the two Seans that you mentioned there. I've been talking back and forth with them for a long time. I've met Sean Hooper a few times down in the Carolinas and things.
Yeah.
They're having a good time this weekend at the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games. Let's mention that, right? Who's doing
Oh
that?
yeah. Oh
Who's
yeah.
doing that tent? Is it Sean, Dan?
Sean and Mike and I believe were there. I'm not entirely sure if Sean was there or not, but I know Mike and was there. Um, maybe Sean was there. Um, I know Diana DeBrone.
Hmm.
She's the kind of the convener for the CCA
Right.
out in that region. I
Yeah.
know she was posting a lot of pictures and stuff from the weekend, which is always great to see. I love Diana. She's actually from Colorado. Well, she's not from Colorado. I believe she's from Tennessee, but
Yep.
we met in Colorado. And then they moved back out east. So we miss
Okay.
them dearly. And if you're watching, Diana, we miss you.
Right. She's a McPhail. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
she's McPhail, right? That there's McQueen's at the mountain this weekend, and right. So if you if you're wondering, my friends, Macintosh is out there listening, especially. You see Dan say, "Oh, the president and the vice president and the treasurer. They're not sitting in an office somewhere with a file cabinet. They're doing these tents just like I do and like Dan does." Sean McIntosh in Alaska just did probably something. They just had a Palmer event. I'm not sure if he did that one, but he does. He's in Palmer, Alaska. They're all over the country, and they go to these festivals, and just like I do to greet people. And they're looking for someone to people in some of the some of the parts of the country to fill in the gaps, right, Dan?
Absolutely. We're always looking for anybody that's willing to just even lend a hand, whether you're up in New England, you could stop by. I'm sure Ray would love a helping hand setting up, tearing down.
Yes,
You don't have to fully commit, just show up, be there, and even just let the convener take a stroll around because sometimes, it gets so busy, you're not able to leave the tent.
sure.
Uh, but it's all in good fun, and the more the merrier, right?
That's right. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't get a lot of help with this stuff, folks. As much as people appreciate us doing it, we don't get a lot of help, and we do remember things. If someone came and let me go out for lunch this year, I'd remember it till next year. It's a big thing.
Oh yeah.
It really is. I was just writing a little article also about we used to do a brunch here in New England, the Clan Mackintosh brunch. We had a great time with that. Rob Mackintosh was here with us in those days, and so there's a lot of us here in New England, and I'd like to see somebody get back. If you're listening, people out there, get a hold of me or Dan. Um, so your AGM is going to be it
Pleasanton,
in
California.
Pleasanton at the end of August.
Yep.
All right, and that's one of the largest games in the country, is it not?
From what I understand, I've never personally attended, but
Oh,
Dave
okay.
Mackintosh, our previous clan president, he was from the area, so he used to do those
Yep.
games quite a bit. Now I believe he's up in Maine
Hmm.
currently, and I think he's just doing athletics. But
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, he's having fun with that though, and that's an important thing to keep alive as well in our culture. Dan, everyone's doing their
oh yeah,
part. He just changed his parts a little bit. That's all. I see,
right.
I see, I see Dave here and there at the events nowadays.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yep,
good.
right. So I don't know if you'd like to talk a little bit about the what goes on over in Scotland. Were you there for the events, the AGM and things? I know you and Ashley traveled there. Was it during the what would we call it, the festivities for Mackintosh and Hatton?
Yeah, so Ashley and I took so it was a delayed a honeymoon that we took, which we started off in England and visited some cousins down in Dorset, and then we went up through Ireland and then made our way over to Scotland.
Hmm.
We like to stay in Tomatin. We met a lovely couple down the track from Tomatin Distillery. It was very charming. We could just walk right down the gravel path to the distillery. It was amazing. And then
Wow.
talking to some of the McBains over at Moy, they're like just talking how they used to live over in the area, and it's just nice to just be able to talk to people and find the familiarity with things. But yeah, we did attend the annual gathering in Inverness last year.
Hmm.
Uh, we got to meet and rub elbows with a lot of the big wigs, and it was a lot of fun.
Yep.
It was they went over the meeting. After a quick mixer, just kind of talking to people, we went over all the business end of things, and then we had a very nice dinner, which we got to talk further with individuals and get to know people. And then on Friday and Saturday, they have the Moy Country Fair,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
which is not your traditional like Highland Games per se.
Hmm.
But it's held on the Moy grounds, on the Moy estate. They open it up to the public. They bring in vendors. They have like trap shooting. They have archery. They have fishing, sporting dog events.
Wow.
You name it, live music. Some of the best cheese vendors I've ever
Oh,
seen. Some of the most fantastic cheeses I've ever had in my
well,
life.
sign me up for that.
Yeah. But it was just an awesome time. Um, just getting to like spend time at Moy and getting to spend time with John and Vanessa and Kyla and Denise and Donald Mackintosh.
Yes. Great
They're
folks.
just
Great folks.
they're just wonderful people, amongst several others. And being able to go inside the Mackintosh Museum and kind of seeing all those relics that they've collected over the centuries,
Right.
and I mean centuries. They have stuff in there from the Battle of the Clans, back on the 30 on
Is
30,
that right?
down at the Battle of North Inch. Yeah, they have a
Wow.
claymore that correct me if I'm wrong, but it was said to be wielded by Shaw Moore himself, on that day. They have Donald Fraser's anvil sitting out front.
My gosh. Yes. Wow.
Yeah. Donald Fraser was involved in the Rout of Moy,
Hmm.
when Bonnie Prince Charlie was staying at Moy Hall, when Angus McIntosh was actually fighting for the government at the
Okay.
time to kind of, fulfill his duty. But his wife, Lady Anne, being a staunch Jacobite supporter, they only had a few people at the Moy estate, and I believe it was Angus's mother in Inverness sent a messenger boy, after she found out that the Hanoverians were coming to seize Bonnie Prince Charlie while he was there.
Yes.
Um, which the bed that he slept in is actually at the Moy Museum, um,
Mm.
which is a awesome
Incredible.
relic. Like, it's awesome to see that kind of stuff.
Right.
But yeah, yeah, I guess I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent
No,
there.
this is fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
You're taking us there. You're putting us in that little room in that small building, Dan. You really
yeah,
are. That's just fantastic.
yeah. It's a great time.
Yeah, and so it must be nice to get a little flavor of, all those sporting events you mentioned. They're just so unique and just so extremely local, right? To the Highlands. Things
Oh,
like the pigeon. I know they used to do pigeon plucking. I think someone told me they dropped that one, but at least but skeet shooting, was it clay or skeet? But at any rate, casting and such other things are still part of the life there. Uh, what little gems to witness yourself to, anyone could read about that in a book, but to see that as part of the day there on the estate, what a thing.
yeah, it was amazing. And I mean, Moy is renowned for being great hunting lands. I know that I believe it was Alfred McIntosh, maybe it wasn't Alfred. Um, I can't remember who it was, which chief it was, but they actually hosted, I believe it was uh, Queen Elizabeth's father, uh, up there for hunting one time or another. I remember seeing
Yes.
some pictures. But yeah, it's beautiful land, tons of ferns, tons of pheasants running around like little raptors through the ferns. It's amazing.
Are they really? Yep.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. But to touch base on the CCA, the Clan Hatton Association's annual gathering, it
Mm,
is actually on Thursday, August the 7th at 4 p.m. at the Dunrossie Hotel in Inverness.
okay.
So if you happen to be vacationing, and if that's something you can fit into the itinerary, I would definitely just block out the whole weekend. Just drop whatever you're doing and go do it, because it's an experience. But I do have to mention that you will need to purchase admission ahead of time for the annual gathering. You can find that at Clan Chattan's uh, website. I'm sure
Mm,
maybe you can insert a
of
link
course.
or
Yep.
something like that. And yeah, I'm sure they'd love to have you. Ashley and I won't be able to attend this year, but maybe next year.
Right. Now, it must have been a bit of an adventure figuring out some of the local landmarks there and just how proximal some of these stories are to each other when
Oh
you read
man.
them, Dan. Is that right?
Oh man.
Some of these things must just overlap, and you're like, that's right around the corner. That's over the hill. My God, that's the thing that happened there, but it wasn't the same year, of course, but it's That's got to be an incredible thing to go through.
Yeah. So Dumrossi Moor, Culloden Moor is right in the Mackintosh's backyard.
Is it?
Um, yeah, so there's actually a cairn called Clachan. It's also known as the sharpening stone.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
Ashley and I were fortunate enough to find that. My good buddy Yogi that works at Tomatin Distillery. He is actually a historian, and he actually showed me a bunch of different landmarks and stuff. And yeah, we actually got to visit a lot of the places. And but going back to Clackanerm, there's a wonderful story that William Forbes put out, and it immerses you in what Clan Hatton was doing the day of the battle of
Okay.
Culloden Moor, because apparently a lot of them met at Clackanerm before heading over to Culloden. You
Okay.
know, if you get the chance to read it, man, it's just it really takes you there, and I would highly recommend the read.
That's another intertwined name in that area, right? Forbes.
Yes, I
In
believe
fact,
so.
Culloden House, the Forbes house as well. They're in that story at least woven in there somewhere. Right. So just the real estate is so close to each other around there. I can just
It's
imagine
crazy.
you. Um, like I say, just going around the corner and there's another story you could look up. You probably go really crazy. I know you want to wish you were there for 4 months straight going through all these little stories that I know pretty well by heart, little vignettes and things that you and I know very well.
Would you mind if I touch base on maybe some of the common Macintosh feud?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Please.
Um, so Malcolm Big Mackintosh, Beg, I believe, meaning big.
Hmm.
I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's the 10th chief of the clan. He was the son of William, the seventh chief, by a second marriage. He was known for being a strong leader, and so there was a lasting feud between the Commons and the Macintoshes that stemmed from the days of Robert the Bruce,
Yeah.
when Robert the Bruce murdered Common in the chapel. That kind of started that whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Um, the Macintoshes were supporters of Robert the Bruce, um, and in the 15th century. The Commons took lands in and around Rate in Scotland. And so the Macintoshes retaliated by putting a lot of the Commons to the sword, per se. And then in turn, the Commons actually invaded Moy. They dammed the outlet of Loch Moy and tried to flush out the Macintoshes off the aisle. And actually, the first time we went over there, I actually got to sit down with Celia Mackintosh, John's mother, and she actually confirmed that there was some excavation that was being done on the outlet of the of Moy, Loch Moy,
Yeah.
and they found timbers buried. Which, why would there be timbers buried? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right. Yep. In order to,
Um,
except for to control water. Right.
yeah, right. So basically, one of the Macintoshes went out in the middle of the night, and it was basically a sacrifice to destroy the dam. But and then later, we all know the Bloody Supper, or whatever you want to call it, where the Commons invite the Macintoshes to
Right.
a feast.
Yes.
And by the raising of a boar's head or a toast to the dead was the sign to, essentially slaughter the Macintoshes. But we were ready.
It's right. But
Yeah,
there's a romance behind that, right?
that's
Getting
correct.
together.
So So the Common's daughter was seeing a young Mackintosh, and I guess the legend is that she found out about it and she went to the Telling Stone, which was close by.
Oh,
And young Mackintosh was on the other side of the Telling Stone. So when she told the story to the stone, in her eyes, she wasn't telling him directly, but he was on the other side and heard it and then alerted the rest of the clan. So they were ready for the onslaught.
right.
So, yeah, there's a lot more to it, I'm sure, but yeah, actually visiting Rake Castle and walking the grounds and stuff, it's kind of surreal to again, as you were mentioning, like all the stories and everything being so close. It's like Rake Castle is like 10 minutes from Culloden.
Okay.
It's free to visit too if anybody wants to go visit. You know, you just got to pull down this little track in the middle of
Yeah,
cow field, and it's just right there.
right.
Just watch out for the cow patties.
Right. Incredible stuff.
Yeah,
Really. Um, like you talked about the blacksmith's was it his anvil, and my gosh,
yeah,
what a symbol. If people don't know that story, that's a when he said that, folks, I was like, wow. To me, I know you heard me say wow at an anvil, but it is a symbol of that whole episode. A very neat thing. A lot to be proud of here, folks. A lot to be proud of, a lot to be preserved. And thank goodness someone's holding on to that anvil and some other things. And someone like Dan is holding on to the story to bring it home to Colorado and to tell people about it, right, Dan? That's part of
oh
what we
yeah,
do
yes sir,
because not everyone's getting over there to see that.
yeah,
So it's wonderful that the CMNA can bring these stories to everybody throughout the U.S. and Canada.
yeah. And I'd like to remind anybody that do go over there and is privileged enough to see the museum. I'd just like to remind you that it is a private collection. Please be respectful. Um, no photography is allowed in the museum. And again, just be respectful and enjoy what you see.
Right. So are you expecting a lot of the clan from all over the country to come out to
To Pleasanton, we hope
Pleasanton?
that it's a good turnout. You never know, but I know last year we actually hosted, I got to host my first AGM at Longs Peak.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and it was a great turnout. We had like 25, 30 people there
Good.
for the AGM.
Yep.
I've got some pictures I can send you if you want to kind of throw them in the video at some point, but
Please
uh,
do. And your trip too. Yes.
yeah, I'll email you some pictures and yeah, it was a great time. We had Maiken come out, we had Sophia come out. We had do you remember Craig McIntosh, the captain from Utah?
Aldridge?
Yes.
Yes.
So his family, his brother Rob, and so Shad is actually one of my conveners here in Colorado. He's Rob's son.
Oh, okay.
So Craig's son,
Oh, nice. Nice.
yeah, a bunch of their clan from Utah came out. Some of my family came out. It was a really good time. We had so Clan Donahue here in Colorado, Heather Hidalgo, she is the clan president for Clan Donahue, and she makes the best haggis. And I had her make a couple of haggises for us for
Nice.
the AGM, and had some whiskey sauce.
Yep.
It was amazing, amazing time.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, we had one year at Loon Mountain that I ran very successful. Also had about 20 people or so, 25 people, I think. And another one I attended in Grandfather. I did the secretary slot for that one, in fact. So yeah, I hope you get a good turnout. So folks, you have a couple of months left. Just get out to California, join your Mackintosh family out there, and is it CMNA.org?
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
The website actually did just go through an overhaul. So it is still kind of being tweaked here and there, but the site is live and it's brand new.
Okay.
Please, go visit it, and if you feel impelled, we'd love to have you in our ranks too. As well as the Clan Hatton Association. Absolutely. If you're not a member, please, the whole reason why these organizations still exist is because people support us by, contributing their membership so we
Right.
can, essentially offset the operating costs of, the orgs and stuff. Um, yeah, so any support is greatly appreciated. That helps, you know, all of us conveners be at these games,
Mm.
and, otherwise it would, you know, just be all for naught, but I know you know what I'm saying, Ray.
Yep.
Membership is everything.
Yes, it's a lot of work to get out to these festivals with a tent and a box of tools and a hammer and stakes and everything else. It is, folks, and if you think of it as whatever um, the membership cost is, it's that person going out to the tent that weekend, they're probably paying 6 times your membership just in gas out of their own pocket to do that stuff. These folks work hard and they represent your clan. Please help them out if you can. Please think about that. Also, a Facebook group, right? Dan, Clan Mackintosh, is it of North America?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, we'll get a
yes, sir.
picture of that on here too.
Yeah.
I know you're that's a quite nice group, very vibrant. And you'll find out who's going to be where in the country on that group, right, Dan, as well as the website. Up.
Yeah, we like to make events and
Right.
share things.
Yep.
The Mista Moy really has the inner stories of everything and more inclusive photos and that kind of thing, which you'll only receive if you're a member of CMNA. Just as well as you get the Touch Not magazine if you're a member of the Clan Hatton Association,
Right.
which is a great publication, both of them. I know Donald was the editor for some years. I don't know if he stepped away
No,
or if
he
he's
still
still.
is currently.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yep.
But he does a wonderful job. I always I look forward to getting that like the first quarter of the month or the year, sorry.
Yep.
And just seeing what everybody's been up to, and, you know, it's really well done. Really, really proud to be part of a, association so well put together.
Right. Yep. So all you Macintoshes in New England, especially, come see me at the tent, or get to one of the other clans at the tent. Find out what they do. Clans at your festival, that is. If one of the other Clan Hatton clans are there, and there's not a Macintosh tent there, get with them. I'm sure they like to converse with you, and you'll figure out what they do there at their tent. I'm sure people have been to these festivals and have seen a person in that tent and wonder what they're doing there. Well, it's a lot of fun, folks. It really is. Um, as you can see, Dan and I have a lot of fun doing it and talking about it, and the appreciation that people show when they come to these festivals is just an incredible thing to receive. It really is. It makes it all worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. So we'll dress this talk up with all our information and some photos from Ashley and Dan's trips to Scotland, um, as well as some AGM information and the websites. All right, Dan.
Yes, sir.
All right, I
Yes, sir.
appreciate your time. We're just about running out, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Time flies by, doesn't it?
It does, but I think we packed it well with the information we intended to.
Absolutely.
All right,
Ray,
great.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All righty, my friend. Take care. Bye-bye now.